criminals are living better behind bars than you are. Yes, you heard right. And what's happening inside these prisons is pure insanity. Inside certain cells, prison looks more like a 5-star bunker. Hidden safes, illicit phones, luxury meals delivered by corrupt guards. Some even have worship altars. Stay to the end, the last detail will leave you shocked. Luxurious prison cells of drug lords. Inside some of Mexico's most blood-soaked prisons, savage drug lords aren't being punished, they are being pampered. The lie of prison life was shattered when authorities raided cartel jails and found mini palaces. In Mexico's Topo Chico prison, Monterrey, a 2016 riot exposed cells filled with king-size beds, flat-screen TVs, mini fridges, even private saunas and aquariums. Amenities fit for a luxury hotel rather than murderers. One Zetas boss, Ivan Cantu, even had a woman visiting his cell, and federal reports noted murals and shrines to the death saint painted on the walls alongside all that comfort. Similarly, Paraguay's notorious drug lord, Jarvis Pival, was found in a VIP jail suite, 3 rooms with a library, kitchen, and conference table, all air-conditioned with tiled walls and plush furniture. His cell even held DVDs of Pablo Escobar's saga and a hidden cache of plastic explosives for a planned escape. This isn't justice, it's a criminal empire hiding in plain sight. The prison system isn't holding back these monsters, it's handing them the keys. You might be sitting there thinking, how is this even possible? The truth is, many guards look the other way or even help run these secret amenities. Corruption and fear often let cartels essentially take over the wings of prisons. Improvised deadly weapons smuggled inside. In prison, survival demands creativity and cruelty. Inmates transform everyday junk into instruments of destruction, where a toothbrush becomes a dagger and a bed frame becomes a killing blade. Shivs and shanks emerge from sharpened razors, toothbrushes rubbed against stone, and broken bed frames carved into blades. Even a hardened newspaper soaked in saliva and left to dry becomes a weapon capable of piercing flesh. Irish authorities once displayed toilet brushes refitted with blades and knives made from fan parts after a violent riot. But Mexico's Topo Chico massacre in 2016 proved how industrial this hidden warfare can be. Officials found 60 hammers, 86 knives, and over 120 shivs, a savage stockpile used to butcher rivals in their sleep. And it's not just knives. In US jails, inmates have been caught with instructions for building bombs from kitchen scraps. Mexican prison raids have uncovered hand grenades, flaming liquids, and crude zip guns ready for ambush. One FBI bulletin even described a smuggled firearm with bullets carved from soap and foil. These aren't just fights, they're battlegrounds with homemade war machines. From soap bullets to sharpened forks, death is crafted daily behind locked doors. Most brutal weapons aren't smuggled in, they're made inside, with desperation, vengeance, and anything that cuts. Secret communication systems. Murder orders can echo through a toilet bowl? Yes, you heard right. And a gang hit can begin with a knock on a wall, or a text from a smuggled phone hidden in someone's gut. Welcome to prison, where silence is a lie and the deadliest conversations happen underground. Prisoners develop covert messaging that defies walls and cameras. A classic technique is the tap code. Inmates tap or knock on cell walls or pipes in a grid sequence to spell words one letter at a time. This method dates to Vietnam post-war camps. By 1965, prisoners were passing messages by tapping on the walls in their cells. And it still surfaces in jails today. Beyond tapping, inmates use the plumbing telephone trick in Sacramento main jail. Reporters found an elaborate network of toilet talking where prisoners communicate by shouting through empty toilets and pipes across floors. On top of that, contraband cell phones create an entire illicit telecom network inside prisons. Authorities routinely seize phones hidden in impossibly inventive ways, in body cavities, inside fans, or glued under bunk mattresses. And they see the havoc these devices cause. The FBI even notes inmates have used homing carrier pigeons to smuggle phones into cells. Once inside, phones let gang bosses call hitmen or transfer drug funds outside the bars. In this world, silence is the most dangerous sound. Because when inmates whisper through walls or flesh out their next move, someone on the outside is already bleeding. Hidden tunnels and escape routes. Beneath our prisons, inmates aren't just sitting in cells, they're digging, building, and escaping right under guards' noses. You won't believe how far they go or how many criminals have simply vanished underground. Authorities regularly uncover secret subterranean passages at prisons. In one stunning example, 75 inmates, mostly Brazilian gang leaders, used a recently unearthed tunnel to flee a Paraguayan jail, leaving behind cells filled with 200 bags of earth. Likewise, in Mexico, 29 prisoners escaped through a camouflaged 40-meter tunnel hidden beneath illegal huts inside a Tamaulipas prison. The most shocking case was drug lord El Chapo's 2015 escape.
He vanished through a tunnel built under his shower, complete with lights, air vents, and even a cart on rails to move dirt.
In Venezuela, police uncovered concrete tunnels at a prison run by the deadly Tren de Aragua gang, where inmates lived in luxury while planning escape routes. If prisons can't keep killers and kingpins locked up, what happens next? One wrong move, one missed crack in the floor, and it all explodes into chaos. Tattoo studios and homemade ink. Inside prison walls, blood loyalty is inked in secret, and disease is the price. Gang members run illegal tattoo parlors with weapons disguised as machines. No gloves, no rules, just stolen wires, burnt plastic, and dirty needles tearing through skin. Since commercial tattoo equipment is banned, inmates fake their own machines from unlikely parts. A prison doctor explained that men build battery-powered guns by cobbling together a short wire, springs, or the motor from a CD player or electric fan, a disassembled radio's power cord for electricity, a needle, and even the plastic sleeve of the pen as a grip. Every needle is reused, caked in blood. Diseases like hepatitis C spread fast, but nobody cares. Inmates know the risk. Still, they line up. They're not getting inked for fun. They're getting branded for life. Gang symbols, betrayals, body counts. These prison tattoos aren't just dangerous, they're deadly. Every mark tells a story of gang power, personal pain, or brutal loyalty. But with filthy tools and shared needles, infection spreads like wildfire. Guards can't stop it, doctors can't clean it, and inmates, they're carving their past and future into skin. Illicit drug labs and alcohol distilleries. Inside prisons, inmates build secret drug labs and alcohol cells.
One popular drink is called Pruno,
Made from fruit, sugar, ketchup, and even old potatoes. It's mixed in buckets or plastic bags and hidden in cells. A CDC investigation found 8 maximum security inmates hospitalized with botulism after drinking Pruno made from fruit, sugar, and even a discarded baked potato. Inmates ferment nightfall Pruno in plastic bags or buckets using potatoes, ketchup packets, bread, or rice to kickstart fermentation. Beyond alcohol, prisoners manufacture drugs. Guards have raided cells to find makeshift labs for crack or other narcotics. For instance, Paraguayan police seized kilos of cocaine in cooking ovens and crack paste hidden in Tacumbu prison's laundry room, where guards have pretended nothing unusual was happening. Even prison hygiene products go rogue. Pills are crushed and soaked into paper, and suddenly, small strips of paper can be potent new street drugs. Every corner of a cell, the hollow space under a sink, the back of a toilet, even the vent hole can house drug precursors or mini distilleries. These secret workshops are as lethal as any outside lab, fueling addiction and turf wars even behind bars. Religious shrines and altars. Even in dirty, locked cells, inmates build shrines, small places to pray or show power. Many worship Santa Muerte, the saint of death, using broken candles, fake flowers, or pictures taped to the wall. In Mexico's Topo Chico prison, guards found entire walls painted with Santa Muerte and other saints. Some prisoners just use a cross or a picture of the Virgin Mary. These shrines bring comfort to some, but for others, they're a warning to enemies. When a gang member puts up a Santa Muerte statue, it can mean that protection or payback is coming. These small altars turn cold cells into strange temples,
full of secrets, fear, and silent prayers. Disturbing diaries and artwork by criminals. Behind concrete, notorious criminals sometimes keep graphic journals and art portfolios. Some of the world's most violent killers don't just remember their crimes, they sketch them, write about them, and relive them. U.S. serial killer Samuel Little eventually drew 16 haunting pictures of his unidentified victims from memory while incarcerated. These prison sketches, released by police in 2019, were unsettling portraits of the women he confessed to killing. Each one came from memory. The images were cold, lifeless, and real. Other prisoners create violent, shocking art too. South African killer Sinead Van Heerden drew a zombie woman pulling out her own guts, mirroring the brutal way she cut up her victims. Many inmates also keep journals. Some write about prison life, their crimes, or even recipes from death row. These journals and artworks show something terrifying. Their minds are still locked in violence even when their bodies are locked away. From hidden bunkers to luxury suites, are we punishing criminals or protecting them? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching until the next chapter in the Outlaw book.